What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Generation 7 of our Mega Evolution speculation videos, and we are, once again, for the seventh time in a row, joined by Austin.
Hello.
And today we're going to be going through, I think, technically the smallest generation of Pokemon, maybe? Um, no, that looks like,
No,
it looks like
no.
Gen 6 was. Yeah, we
Gen
figured that out
6
last time,
was.
yeah. It's
Yep.
Gen 6, and then the biggest one was Gen 5, which is so weird. The biggest generation happens, and then the smallest generation happens right after it. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of stuff in this generation. Like, this is one of my absolute favorite generations, and to me, I think this has a lot of potential because it was the generation after Mega Evolution, and obviously Mega Evolution was still in the games, but there was no new Megas added because the moves were a thing, and Ultra Beasts were a thing, and there was so much going on in these games already that we didn't even get Mega Evolution until post game, anyways. So nothing in this game and after Generation 6 has a Mega Evolution. So the last three videos of this series have a lot of potential, I think, because there's literally nothing. There's literally
I
nothing. I
agree.
mean, and in Gen 5, I think that's why it also has a lot of potential because the only thing from Gen 5 is Autono. Um, and Gen 6 as well. It doesn't make sense that the generation that came out with Megas has one Mega and it's like
It's
Deoncé, which is,
the Yancy,
you
yeah.
can't even get it. I think it was literally just an event. Or you get it as like you get the stone at the end of the game, and then obviously Deontay itself was a mystery gift, I think. Um, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about the starters. I think I would prefer the Gen 7 starters. I think I would prefer to see regional variants in future Legends games. I think that they should go through and give Incineroar and Primarina other forms in Legends games besides giving them a Mega. I could see eventually getting a Mega. But I feel like these three just work better as different forms. You know what I mean?
A regional variant, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know how you feel about that. Like, do you think these guys? I mean, if you think they should get megas, just throw some ideas out there. I mean,
I think if I had to pick at least one of them to get a mega, I would pick Primarina.
yeah, I feel like Primarina needs the most love. And I've always said that. Also, Primarina is one of Yote's favorite Pokemon, so I've had the conversation many times. I think that Primarina should have um a more male masculine form, not like, like muscly, but like a more, because this, I mean, obviously Primarina is a very feminine Pokemon, and the
Yeah.
fact that it's a siren, I mean, where do you see sirens in media in Pirates of the Caribbean? So give us a male form that's a pirate with a hat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That would be sick. Like you could kind of play
Yeah.
off it and give it like an opposite of this like feminine form and kind of make it maybe like a little more bulky. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And if you wanted to do that, I don't think I would. I don't know if they would do it because I mean, obviously, if Decidueye has a new form and they stick with the program and eventually give all the starters new forms up until a certain point or whatever, like they can make it the cutoff Gen 7 because that's the newest one. Decidueye I think was the newest starter that got a form. Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
Gen 2 Cyndaquil and Gen 5 Samurott.
Yep.
Um, but if they make the cutoff, say they make the cutoff Gen 7. After Gen 7, no Gen 8 starters, no Gen 9 starters get a new form in PLA games, but they go with PLA games until all of them up until Gen 7 get a new form.
Hmm.
I would say that the Primarina, if it was a pirate, I think it would be Water Dark.
Yeah, Water
But
Dark would be really cool.
I don't know if they would do that because it regular Incineroar is obviously Fire Dark. But that's the only type I see. I mean, water. I honestly can't think of anything else for like a pirate
Yeah.
besides Dark type.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, same.
Dark Steel maybe for the sword if it has a sword, or
Oh, very
Water Steel.
true.
My bad.
Water
Um,
Steel, yeah.
but that's obviously Empoleon. So I don't know how much they want to, do over stuff like that. I mean, I really want to see Empoleon get a new form anyways because I just don't like Empoleon as much as I want to.
Yeah,
Um,
we already talked
yeah,
about
we did
that. I
talk about
remember
that.
that.
But Incineroar, obviously, sadly enough, I see this guy being firefighting because he's a wrestler.
I mean, why not?
You
Like
know,
that's
might as
just
well.
what makes
And if
sense.
that's the case, if you want to give Incineroar like a, you know, fighting form, if they want to just switch up his whole thing and not make him a wrestler anymore and make him something else, because obviously sirens and pirates are kind of opposite of each other. and Decidueye's form was kind of more of a samurai, I guess, than an archer. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, if they wanted to switch up Incineroar, they could give him a different typing too. But I really, really like these starters. I don't think anybody should knock them. I think that Torracat is probably one of my favorite middle stage evolution starters of all time. It just has such a like. I feel like this thing is what Luxio should have looked like. I feel like I don't like the little like curly hairdo on Luxio's head because it's supposed to be kind of scary and it's not because he's got the little curl
Yeah.
on his head. But I think Torracat's a really solid looking design from middle stage cat evolution. I really like it. And
I,
I'm
I think so too. And it's like Torcat, you can tell is like from Litten to Torcat, he worked out.
Yeah, he worked out. He went to the gym, and I feel like I like Dartrix the least out of the three, but he's still a pretty good design. Like he's a little dweeb, but like the bow tie doesn't really work for Decidueye because he's an archer. But I
He's
like
just in his
I like
Dartrix is
Brioni, however you say it too.
I like Brion a lot too. I have to agree, Dartrix is probably my least favorite, but
Yeah,
you know, he's in his awkward emo stage. He'll get over it.
yeah. He's like a mix between a nerd and an emo. Okay, that's good. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But Toucannon. Okay, starting off strong.
So Two Cannon deserves a mega.
Like
Like,
I've said, in every single video, the regional birds give every single one besides
yes.
Firo. But I
No,
don't think it
Firo
counts.
needs one. That was one
Okay.
of my top choices for Gen 1.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I think we talked about it, and he would be like Flying Dark or something. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you can make it cool enough for me to like him, fine. Give Firo a mega. But everything else, I feel like is a higher pick for me on the list. Like, um, obviously, Toucannon is probably top three regional birds for me.
Oh, 100%.
I love him so much. Like I mean, obviously he's the only toucan Pokemon.
Yep.
He's so cool. And Beak Blast, is a cool
I
move.
love his design. I just love
Me
his
too.
design.
And I think that they should do something where he's not standing sideways in the sprite. Like make him fly around or something like the other birds.
Yeah.
Um, Gumshoes. Do we want Mega
I
Donald Trump?
I don't. I've never liked Youngest or Gumshoes. Like I'm like, okay, I catch you for the decks and you live in a box. I
Yeah.
don't
I
like
don't.
them.
I honestly, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know if there was any other pre-evolution Pokemon in the trials. I think everything was evolved. I don't know. Um, but I feel like Gumshoes needs an evolution rather than anything else, or maybe a new regional form like Obstagoon or
No,
something.
I'd agree with the evolution
He's not
because
very big, and his stats are
it's
really bad.
and it feels incomplete.
He really feels incomplete. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. But his stats are not the stats of final stage evolution Pokemon either. He definitely needs some
Exactly.
help with that. Vikavolt, I could really see a mega for this thing.
I would really like to see a mega
I
for Vikavolt.
love Vikavolt, and I feel like his design is really based more towards the front, which makes sense for what kind of I think it's a beetle, what kind of
Mhm.
beetle it is. But I feel like you can expand more of like the back of its design to make it look more of a complete Pokemon. And its stats are not too insane. I could see a stat buff here. Um, but yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I also could see one for Crabominable. I really wish they would, just because I don't like it that much, and I want to like it, but its face is so ugly.
Oh, see, I really like Crabominable. I just think it's like a cool concept. Like it's a
Yeah.
crab, dude.
No,
Like
no, no, it's so cool. I mean, it's really cool, and I really like the fighting ice type. I think it's sick, but I honestly like Crabrawler's design a lot more.
yeah.
And I really like its arms with Crabominable. I like that too. I mean, it kind of strays away from the boxing gloves and goes for more like tactical gloves with like knuckles on the end of them. Um, but I feel like it's just like its design. It seems kind of incomplete, and it doesn't really look like it evolves from Crabrawler. To be honest, like I think it needs.
So something I've always thought about Crabominable is not necessarily an evolution, but an evolution in between Crabrawler and Crabominable to kind of
Yeah,
tie them together and make more sense of the ice typing. Like,
yeah.
where did that come from?
I
That's what
don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's what
get.
I'm
But
saying. It just kind of like went from being like a little boxing guy on the beach to being an ice type, and it's the abominable snowman. Like what?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this. I think also if it got a mega, it could lean more back into Crabrawler's design and take inspiration from Coreller's design more and make his design more complete.
Yeah.
Um, Given an ability like huge power or something like that, maybe that's too much. I mean his speed is awful, so it's not too much. Um, but yeah, give this guy something to make it more complete, in my opinion. I think it needs,
Yeah.
and also lean back more into Corvaller's design because like the big like thing on its head, it looks like a greaser's like spiked up hair. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it just kind of turns into like the two little flap things they do with every Pokemon that they don't know what to do on top of their head, and I hate that. Um, I don't like that though. I
I hate
also
that too.
here's another. This is a reused idea by Monk Dip for like four different generations. Oricorio has all its different forms.
Yeah.
Give it something, give it a mega that is based on weather or something like that, and like take inspiration from all its forms or something. Either that, or I would say there's you kind of Pokemon kind of back themselves into a corner with Oricorio. You know what I mean?
I do too, and especially give it a different ability
Yeah, it
because
just has the answer.
Dancer, and I mean, when can you use Dancer? How many
That's what I'm saying.
dance moves are there?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Um, but yeah, I think they kind of back themselves in a corner with Oricorio, which I don't really like because it has horrible stats, and I really want to use it because I like all of the forms.
yeah.
Um, give him something. I mean, give him a stat buff. Like, I mean, who cares? Give him a stat buff. Give him some better moves for all the typings and stuff. Give him more level up moves for each typing. Like, what's the problem? Give him some
Hmm.
actual level up moves. He gets like one move for every typing, and it's awful. You have to teach him TMs. If not that, then you just have normal and flying moves.
That's
Um,
true.
but Rabambi, I could also see this thing getting a mega, and um, I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know.
s- so for me, we've kind of talked about it in other gens. It's to me, it's just another winged bug.
Yeah,
And I know that they like, Beedrill has the Mega and then Butterfree has the G Max and whatnot, but
yeah.
it's just another winged bug. It
I
doesn't do anything for me.
The only thing on this is I've actually used it in playthroughs before. I've used it in Nuzlocke, and although it is literally a glass cannon, it gets really good moves. It's Bug Fairy. Um, it's pretty unique, and it has three different abilities, which I mean they're all pretty bad. But if it got a Mega, I think it would just expand more into the realm of people liking it a lot more. I think it has potential to
Yeah,
be a Pokemon that stands out. Um,
agree.
Other than a lot of the other winged bugs. Like, I mean, I think it just has more potential with its base typing and its design. Like, it doesn't look the exact same, you know? It's like a what do they call like is it a honeybee or like a helper bee or whatever? It's not like a, big stinger like Beedrill bee.
Yeah. Well,
Um
and also I guess something that it does have going for it too is I feel like it is more competitive than the other winged
oh yeah,
bugs.
yeah.
Like you can it's got that going for it
It's got
too.
pretty good
So,
stats. I mean, like my thing is you don't gotta make his design more bulky, but if they gave it a mega, give it just five more points in special attack, and give it like 20 to 25 more points in defense and special defense. And it'll be viable. It'll be usable. It'll not die. You don't have to use this focus sash, you know. You can get stuff up. And I think it gets access to Quiver Dance. I might be wrong on that, but it definitely gets access to some good setup moves.
I'm pretty sure it gets access to Quiver
And
Dance.
it could be really good, like I mean, I
Yeah.
would not be mad at a Ravambi Mega, and I think that they could also throw some pink on its design. I've always thought that Rabambi's scarf should be red and it's brown, and I don't really like the brown.
Oh,
Um,
red would be really nice on it.
Red or pink or something, or do something, And you could add some
Hmm.
pink to its wings or something, and being the fairy type, obviously lean into the more fairy designs and stuff. Um,
Yep.
but enough about that. Here's one of my Pokemon that like I really, really want them to get megas because their stats are not that good. But there's three different forms, so are we gonna get one?
No.
Probably not, but I would really, really like to see all the Lycanroc forms get an evolution, or not an evolution, obviously, a new form.
A mega
Yeah,
or a
uh,
mega or even just like a regional variant.
yeah, a mega or regional variant, or even they say like, I think that it would be cool because I think all of them are pure rock type, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Um, I know there's a midnight form, but hear me out. Give us an
Yeah,
eclipse Lycanroc form.
they're all rock. An eclipse of like rock. Okay, I
Hmm
can see that.
And I could see that being the fourth form, and like I don't know if they would keep with the program and make it pure rock. I don't think they should be pure rock. I think that the midnight form should be rock dark. Um, and I think that the this form of Lycanroc should be rock normal. Because it just looks like a normal dog mostly to me. Um,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: this one's nighttime, this one's daytime, and then this one's at like the dusk form. Um, but yeah, I think this one should be rock normal. This should be rock dark, and then this should be like rock fire or rock ground or something. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that that would be way cooler, in my opinion. And I don't think they should all be, give us something eventually. Next 10 years, even. I'll give you 10 years to give us something with Lycanroc. It doesn't have to be a mega. It'll be just give me something cool. I love this guy. I wanted to see him. I want
Just
to see more with him.
something.
Wishy Washy. I would be completely
Um,
fine with this thing getting a mega.
so this is where I'm gonna sound a little weird. I would be too, but it's a Pokemon I forget about.
That's true, but like the schooling form is so cool.
It is.
But here's the thing: is also this was I don't know if I've told you about it or not. There's some speculation going on with the new Pokemon Snap, and I actually went by the mural in the game when I was playing the game. I never finished the game, but I didn't even want to because I was kind of disappointed with the game. There's a mural in Pokemon Snap that depicts something that looks exactly like Lumio City, has Xerneas in the middle of the city, and with the five circles like we saw in the trailer for and obviously in X and Y, the five circles that go around Lumio City.
Yeah.
Um, and there are five Pokemon, one in each circle, and Xerneas in the middle. And it looks like they're trying to like gather their energy together and give to Xerneas to protect from meteors hitting Lumio City. And a lot of people are saying that they think that's what's going to happen in ZA, and that was like a hint towards it. But one of the Pokemon in those circles was Wishiwashi.
Oh yeah.
And obviously Wishiwashi was Gen 7. It didn't come out in Gen 6. Another Pokemon was Volcarona, which is really weird that it's in there because it just got two new forms. Um, and there was a couple other. I can't remember the rest, but there are obviously three more besides Wishiwashi and Volcarona and Xerneas in the middle. But if that depicts anything, maybe we get a mega of each of those, or maybe
Yep.
they'll just be more like alpha battle Pokemon in the game. I'm fine with that. I think an alpha Wishiwashi would be cool. We've already seen that. Isn't it Titan? They're Titans in Sun and Moon, or is it Totem? Totem
The
Pokemon.
totem. Yeah,
Yeah, we've
totem
seen
Pokemon.
Totem Wishiwashi already, so maybe it'll just be like another like alpha Totem Pokemon Wishiwashi. Um,
That'd be cool.
yeah, I'll be fine with that too. But Toxapex, I think this thing deserves a mega. I really like it. It has a really
I've
good shiny.
I've been a fan of Toxapex for a while. I agree.
Same, and its stat pool's not very good. Like I wish that they would do something. You know what I could see?
Mm.
Maybe like when it mega evolves, it like turns into like the bunker on the outside of it like turns into like a tire,
Uh,
and like it
and
can like I don't know,
it
like a
could like
spiky,
roll.
yeah, a big spiky tire or something with like arms sticking out. I think that would be cool. I don't know. I don't know what else I could think of for Toxapex. I don't really see this thing getting one. I feel like Game Freak's just gonna kind of like leave it. But I
I
would really
agree.
like to see one, and I would like to see one for Mudsdale. A lot of people don't care about Mudsdale. I like it. Um,
I've never been a fan of Mudsdale.
it's really
I'm one of those.
it's a really good Pokemon, but its speed stat is just so bad that stamina doesn't even make a difference.
Yeah.
Mm, but yeah, I'm pretty sure stamina boosts speed, right? It might be for defense. I could be wrong. I think it's for speed though. Hold on.
No, it boosts defense when it's hit by
Yeah,
an
okay. It
attack.
doesn't. I thought stamina boosted speed. Okay, yeah. Then it doesn't even matter at all. It's got 35. This is so bad, bro.
It's so bad.
Araquanid is also one of those Pokemon that I think is absolutely horrible and competitive, but some people still use it. Um, and it can be good if you do certain things with it, but I think it's one of those Pokemon that's incomplete on my end. And
I'd prefer Araquanid over Mudsdale.
I mean, I can see that too. It just depends what they would do. I mean, of course, if they come out with both of them, then I can compare to say which
Yeah.
one that I like more. Araquanid is another one of those spiders that I think, in my opinion, should be a massive spider because I think that
Yeah.
massive spiders are so cool.
Yes.
Especially if they eventually give us a region that's in Australia. I don't know if any of the spin-off games are in Australia. Somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I could see this thing being a massive spider. I know I have a thing. I think massive spiders are cool. It makes a Pokemon way more intimidating if it's massive, obviously. Unless it's
Mhm.
Dynamax forms, because then all the baby Pokemon Dynamaxing are not scary at all. They're just big. But Lurantis, I could also see this thing getting a Mega and
I
leaning
could too.
more into the like I think like we said with Conkeldurr could lean more
Mhm.
into like the circus act
Yep.
and with like the pants it's got on and stuff. And maybe get like bigger sights for hands or whatever. And I don't know. It has a really unique design, and I feel like there's a
It
lot they could do
it
with it.
really does. Yep. I agree. I would like to see that.
Shinotic, I think just for the pure reason of it being Grass Fairy, a somewhat unique typing, not really Whimsicott and a couple other things. Um, I want to see this thing in a regional form more than a Mega, but give it something to fix its shiny form. Shiny form is just I like it, but I don't at the same time. Like I don't know. I mean, I think there's more they could do with it. Plus, its creepy little face.
It does kind of have a really creepy face.
Maybe give it like a regional form where it's a ghost type inside of the mushroom and like grass ghost.
That'd be sick.
That would be cool. But also, I don't think it would be this game because Gen 6 has Trevenant and Gourgeist, so they're both grass ghost one after another, and that's not really you don't want to add three of them in the same game.
Yep.
Salazzle, I would rather see a male evolution than a Mega Salazzle.
I agree.
I think that's what everybody wants, to be honest. And I feel like I'm speaking for the class here. We gotta have a male evolution that's more bulky. The speeds. I mean, honestly, like its stat pool, dude. It's got two stats that are over 68. That's not good. It's not good. I mean, it's a glass cannon for sure. It's 4 times weak to ground. Um, it's weak to psychic. It's weak to a lot of stuff, man. I mean, weak to rock, weak to water. I mean, this thing's got a lot of weaknesses. I feel like if they gave us a male form, it could be poison something else or fire something else or da, da, da. There's a lot you can do with it, and you can give it a good ability because corrosion and oblivious aren't that good. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that Salazzle needs a male form. Because I also have 6 male shiny Salandits. I don't want to talk about it. But beware. I think this guy also needs a mega.
Beware. I could see it a mega, but I am not a fan of it.
Okay, but like, its sprite's awful. But this picture right here, I love this guy. I love this guy. This guy looks so great because you can actually see his tail. He looks like I don't know if he's actually based off of it. Obviously, he's a stuffed animal. I don't know if Stuffle was based off of it, but he looks like obviously he's pink and black. He looks like a red panda
Yeah.
in the face and in his ears and stuff. He looks like a red panda, and I think that has a lot of potential to have a really cool design. Um, and make him bigger. Even you know what? Make him bigger.
Make him
We
big.
want to see the big stuffed teddy bear. I love these guys. I think they're cool. I think that they have a bad rep because their stats are kind of unbalanced and they're kind of hard to use in certain situations. And they get a lot of recoil moves. Give them some moves that are not recoil. They have the clutch
Yeah.
ability, um, and that's bad
Recoil
too.
moves can kind of really ruin it.
Yeah, true. Because when your only good stab moves are, recoil moves, then you don't want to use your Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then Sarina, I could see the same as Lurantis. I think I want them both to get a Mega equally. Plus it being pure Grass type, I think this thing needs a different typing.
It does.
Um,
And then boots though.
yeah, the boots, the Patrick Star boots.
Yes.
Um,
Those thigh highs.
and Comfey's got a really weird stat pool, dude. It's got two super high stats. These two are really good, and then these are just absolutely nothing. No stats at all right there. Um,
It's just all over the place.
I'm gonna put this thing in the same category as it's gonna be in a unique category. Just this and Klefki are in the same category for me. They could do a lot with their design to give them a mega, but I don't think they're gonna get a mega ever. I don't think they're even gonna get new forms. I think they're just gonna stay where they're at. But I would like it if they got a mega.
Yeah.
But I don't know. At this point in time, I don't know if I would be more mad that it took the place of something else. these two
Yeah.
are heavily on the fence for me. I mean, if their stats were good enough to where they are viable and competitive attack wise, not defense wise, then I would be fine with it, I think. But other than that, I don't see these guys getting anything. Klefki or Comfey, either one. But these two guys, hashtag give every monkey Pokemon a Mega. I want to see a Mega Oranguru and a Mega Passimian.
Hashtag
Um,
monkey Pokemon.
and what's crazy enough here is I played Pokemon Moon, so obviously I had Oranguru, I think, right? Or no,
I
I might
think
have had
so. No, I can't remember.
they might have actually been flip flopped, or there might have been a way to get. I don't know right now. But I've used both of them in playthroughs, and I love Passimian so much, dude. I love his design. It's literally King Julian from Madagascar. And then Oranguru is literally so cool too. These guys have really, really unique designs. I like the normal psychic type. I think that both of them need better move pools. I think you could do a lot with Passimian's typing. I think I would be also be okay with it being fighting grass, um, or a couple other things. I think it could benefit from a new typing. Um,
Hey, Monk, I gotta step away for a second. I need to see what is going on with my dog, but keep going. I'll be right
I
back.
bet. Um, Golisopod. I don't know that this thing would get a mega. To be honest, I just I don't know. I don't know if it would get one. It's one of those weird Pokemon, and it has emergency exit, which is literally just Wimp Out, but a cooler name for it. Um, and he gets first impression. I don't really know, to be honest. I think that it could get one. It could. I don't know. I think this thing will get a regional variant before that. Palossand, I think this thing's stats are kind of good enough to be standalone. I could also see it being like a massive sandcastle. I really don't know why this thing didn't get a Gmax form. Um, but yeah, Hikumuku. I could see this thing getting a regional variant or an evolution. It has five. I think that speed stat five. Oh my god. Um, I don't think anything will ever happen with Type Null or Silvally. Um, or Minior. Mega Komala. Dude, you guys don't know how much I would actually be so fine with getting a Mega Komala. Um, I think that would be so sick. Mega Komala would be so sick. Um, Turtonator though? Fire Dragon's a really cool typing, and it's not used enough, I don't think. It's literally just like Reshiram and Turtonator. I always forget Turtonator exists though. I feel like it could do something to make me like it more. Like if it had like a big dragon design with like wings and stuff, maybe. This
I'm
doesn't.
back. Sorry.
I was just saying, I don't think Turtonator needs something to make it seem more like a dragon.
Oh,
Cause
I would love to see something like that. That would be great.
this is the one, like, I think this takes my place for Wishy Washy in Gen 7 for me. I just forget that Turtonator exists. Cause like he hasn't been available in any game after Gen 7, I'm pretty sure. I don't
No,
he
he's in Sword and Shield.
he is really?
Yeah,
I did
and I
not know
know
that.
that because that's why I remember him is because this is actually one of the few shinies that I got from the those uh den things
Oh
or
yeah.
yeah,
I went
the
through. Wait, which den? Oh, the actual raid dens.
yeah, in Sword and Shield. Yeah,
That's
I got
crazy.
I got this shiny from that.
I think you left it Glisopod. I don't think this thing would get a mega. I think if anything, it would get like an evolution or a regional variant.
Yeah, I'm not I forget about it, not a
And
fan.
it has emergency exit. That's the only thing it's got, and it's like it's there for its gimmick, and I think that's about it.
Mhm.
Um, Palossand. I think this thing could be a massive sandcastle. I think that would be sick, and it's got a really good shiny, and
I
it's
really like Palisand, and I just recently got the shiny in
yeah,
Dynamax
yep.
Adventures.
Austin did get the shiny Palossand. I actually need one. I think I only have Sandygast. Um, but Pyukumuku, I think it would get a regional form eventually. It's kind of like a Stonefisk of Gen 7. So I mean, I don't see it
Yeah.
getting a mega, but it could have like some crazy mega where like it has the innards out thing going on and like it has like
Yes.
the big scary looking arms.
I
Um,
love that.
I don't think they're ever gonna do anything again with Sylvally or Type Null unless they do remakes eventually of Gen 7, and
Uh-huh.
maybe then. Obviously, with the Legend
We'll
game, it won't exist yet. Um,
mm-hmm.
but if they do actual other remakes, I think that it might get a third form, maybe. Um,
Yeah.
because across the board, its stats are almost the exact same as Type Null. The only thing better is it evens out with speed stat instead of 59, it's 95.
Yep.
And everything else is even. So I mean, it's basically like Scyther, Scizor, and Cleavor. Like it just needs something better.
Something better, yep.
Um, but Minior, I don't think is ever gonna get anything. I would love to see Mega Komala. I think I said.
Mega Kamala would be so cool, but also I think something at least for Minior, at least an evolution because they have all the different colors, so then you just still have all those different colors that you could
Yeah.
get, or maybe something that like combines all of
Maybe
them.
the
I don't
Mega
know.
would be like a shooting star form where it looks almost like it's shiny, and then like it. I don't know if there's a purple one. Maybe it would be like a darker, like
I don't.
midnight shade of purple,
Oh
and with
yeah.
like all the stars going around inside of it, and then it would be like bigger without the shell on it. And
Hmm.
maybe it would just straight up lose the defense stat when it Mega evolves, and then have a higher attack or special attack or something. I don't know, higher speed. But yeah, I don't know about Minior. I could see Kamala getting like a full what are they, bongos?
Yeah.
I think it has bongos, like a full bongo set because it just has one, and obviously bongos are a set of two that are stuck together.
Set of two. Yep.
And then it could have that be a little bit bigger and have a couple really cool things going on. You could give it a different typing, um, normal something
I
else. I don't know.
I think it would benefit from a different typing,
Me
but
too, and
what
I think
exactly?
also
I don't know.
from a stat boost as well. I really want.
Yep.
I think it's viable. It's just really slow, and nowadays with the modernized move set level up wise, like level up move sets and access to good TMs early on in the game, and especially
Yeah.
in competitive, if you're a slow Pokemon, you are bad. It's
It
just that, you
it
know,
yeah.
it's just that simple.
It
Like,
can make or break it.
and Decidueye has like not even that bad speed, and it is bad. Both forms of Decidueye are bad because they're slow. They're just slightly slower than the average Pokemon, so they're just bad.
Which is, and
Um,
you think that's a Pokemon that would have the speed?
exactly. Especially because they zip around in the anime, they zip around in the games. Like,
Yeah.
makes no sense. But yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon like that. Like we said, Zebstrika needs a Mega that gives it insane speed stat.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Togedemaru I think also needs a Mega. This is like I think I said my list was three. I think it was Emolga, Pachirisu, and Togedemaru to get new forms.
Yeah.
And for me at this point, I used to hate it. I used to absolutely not be able to stand more Pekka, more Pico at all. But
Hmm.
now I think it's I don't like it as much as Togedemaru, but it's probably my number four spot. I think.
Morpeko has grown on me as
Yeah,
well,
me
but
too.
definitely Togedemaru is up there for me, and I just love that electric steel
Me too. It's
typing.
so cool.
I just love it.
It gets
Yeah.
access to. I mean, it has 30. It has lightning rod. It has iron barbs. Three solid abilities. It
Yeah.
needs better stats. You could also lean more into the hedgehog. Like it has like big spikes on its back. I think that they should lean more into that.
Yep.
Because the spikes don't come out that much when in its design, and I feel like that's just lazy not animating that in the game. It's kind of the same with like the lights on Zebstrika, or I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Um, like the fire animation on Charizard Line's tail needs to be more
Yeah.
active, and then Typhlosion without its fire main looks so bad in the 3D sprite. Like if it had the fire main, people would still love it as much as they used to, but like the 3D sprites for a lot of Pokemon kind of crapped on their design really badly. Um, but they just didn't get there with Togedemaru. Obviously, it has a 3D sprite because it was on the 3DS, but
Yeah.
it it just needs to be bigger. It needs to lean more into the spiky, because it doesn't show that enough already. And I think that'll be really cool. I think it'll be a really good mega. And Mimikyu,
Mimikyu. I just think there's so much
so
potential
much. And
for Mimikyu.
you can make it like the form, the underneath form when it mega evolves.
Yeah, like have it shed the disguise
Yeah, and
and
then it could be like the big scary thing that made Meowth almost like die from seeing it in the anime.
yes.
Um, but yeah, I think that this thing could benefit from a little stat boost, not too much, because then it'll be super overpowered, especially if it still has the disguise ability when it mega evolves. But I don't think it would.
Uh-huh.
I think that it would have. You know what I'm gonna say? Something crazy right now. I think that
Oh,
it would. I don't know if there's an ability that exists like this, like Intimidate, that lowers special attack.
uh-huh.
It would get an ability. It would get Intimidate, or an ability like Intimidate that lowers special attack instead of attack,
Okay.
or it would get an ability that lowers 2 stages of attack, which I think might be too overpowered. But at the same time, I mean, like if you're taking off the disguise and it's that like petrifying, then I could see that being,
It should be a thing.
or maybe it gets an ability that lowers defense by 1 stage or something like that. That's what I see though, like intimidate esque ability, which I think would be really good, especially if you spend the first turn with Mimikyu. And does it get fake out?
I
I
don't
can't
know if
remember.
it
If
does.
it gets fake out, then that would be really good in general because it has disguise. But obviously spend the first turn doing something crazy, and then it mega evolves and loses the disguise, and it loses the disguise ability. Um, and then throw off an intimidate, and you could use a setup move first turn, and then lose the disguise, and then mega evolve. But I just don't think it's keeping the disguise ability if it does mega evolve. Bruxish, do not give this thing a mega evolution.
No, you're
Do
not.
not, do not give this thing a mega evolution.
I don't
Uh,
like it.
I hate it.
But
I hate it.
one thing I will give Bruxish is it has a good shiny.
It does have really good shine.
I do like the shiny.
That's it. Nothing else. Nothing. Bruxus, get off my screen. I hate you. Um, this this is
Grandpa,
probably gonna be in my top 10 to be honest.
give me a Mega Drampa. And nothing to do with the fact that I had finally hatched my shiny
Yeah,
Drampa
true.
in
Yeah,
Sword and
true.
Shield. But no, give it's the dragon from the Never-Ending Story.
It
Like,
literally is, dude. And like they could
yeah,
do so much majestic stuff with this design.
they totally
Um,
could.
it could be a lot bigger in size. It has really good abilities, and there's just so much. And normal dragon is so unique, and I really, really want Drampa to be viable and competitive. It has a couple abilities that just completely hinder its existence. And that sucks. So give this guy some better ability and give him better stats, give him better design. You know what I'm saying? Do all that stuff. I think it already has an amazing design. It's just I'm pretty sure it is a rare encounter in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun Ultra Moon,
Yeah,
and some people just don't even know it exists because they just haven't come across it in the games.
they have
Because
exactly.
at the point in the game where it's at, I think you already are using super repels. So like, if you just don't find it ever, you don't ever see it.
Hmm.
And also it's the same thing with Delmise. A lot of people don't know Delmise exists because they just never ran into it in the games. But I could see this guy getting a full-on pirate ship attached to it with a Mega Evolution.
Oh yes, dude, Delmise is sick. And
Yeah.
it again, another really good shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And I again, like you said, I don't think a lot of people think it exists, and I think it is a very underrated Pokemon.
Yeah, and it only has one ability. I don't really remember what Steelworker does. Um, Let me see.
It powers up steel type moves.
Okay, okay, okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, so basically, it's stab on Steel, Ghost, and Grass, which is pretty good. Um, so yeah, I mean, give this guy a little bit better of an ability when he Mega Evolves, and I would be fine with that. I think I obviously want Drampa 10 times more than Delmise, but
Same.
I think I want Delmise more than like Klefki. So
Yep.
that would be really cool. There's a lot you can do with this design. I think it's also really grown on me. When I first saw it, I didn't like it that much, but now I think it's really cool with the Pyro Wheel. Um, Komo, I think also could benefit from a Mega Evolution.
I think Komodo would too, but I just don't think it will.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would either, to be honest. But out of the pseudo legendaries that don't have Mega Evolutions, I think this and Baxcalibur are my two picks that I would want more than the other ones. And
Oh,
I feel
see,
bad not saying
I've-
Haxorus, but like at the same time I like Komo and Baxcalibur more.
see, I think my two would be Komodo and Dragonite.
Oh, obviously Dragonite. That's I don't even count that as a pseudo legendary. That's just in my MVP list already. So I mean,
It's already there. But I love the Komaoza dragon fighting type. I
yeah,
really like that typing.
I really like it too. I think it's so sick. And like obviously with Dragonite though, I don't know. I just love Dragonite's design so much that I want them to fix its 3D model first and make its face more chubby like it's supposed to be and round. Its face is supposed to be more round.
It
It's supposed to
is,
look more cute in the face.
and I want them to fix it shiny.
Yeah, it's shiny so
It
bad. Like
it
if it
has
if
such
it
an awful
does
shiny.
get a mega, I think that it should lean back more into the Dragonair design and be more like serpent-like, but also still be a dragon. I mean, keep your legs, give it a longer tail, make the Mega Evolution blue, and if the Mega is shiny, make it pink, like Dragonair.
Yes.
And a couple Mega Evolutions have already done that, like with their pre-evolution shinies and stuff like that, and lean back more into the pre-evolutions forms and such like that. I think that would be the best possible option.
Yep.
Is to make it blue, give it like the little rings around its neck that Dragonair has, like not the rings, but the orbs, like the blue orbs.
Yeah. Yep.
Give it some white in this design, white and blue, and then like lighter shades of blue, and then give it some yellow, maybe not too much. I'm fine with it staying yellow if it gets like a longer tail and leads into Dragonair's design. I like the yellow, don't get me wrong, but the shiny is just so bad.
The shiny's just
It
awful.
is, and it reminds me of like those really ugly dragons from like Dragon's Tales or whatever it's called, like
Oh.
the super old kid show. Yes,
Yes.
that and they don't look cool. They have bad designs. They're not Pokemon. They don't need to look cool. But
No.
Dragonite, if you're gonna do something, make it good, Pokemon. Because if you mess up Dragonite's Mega, we will riot.
We're
Okay,
coming for
we're
you.
coming. We're coming. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Topic
Yes.
Pokemon. These guys are not getting new forms. I'm sorry. I mean,
They're definitely not.
I think that the only thing I could see with these guys is maybe like a genie form type thing, like with an Amorous. I think maybe they could have like an outcast Tapu that was evil and be fairy dark, because all of them
Oh,
share the fairy typing. I think that they could have like a loyal 3/genie situation going on where they have like an outcast one that's a completely different typing, and I think dark type would make the most sense. If they outcasted it would be dark and evil.
that's
Um,
really
and
interesting.
the
I never
only
thought of
I
that.
think the only other dark fairy type is Grimmsnarl and its line.
I think so.
So it would still be more of a unique typing, and I think that obviously that'd be really cool. And if they didn't like it,
Yeah.
they exiled it to a different region, and it's just there at the end of the game after you maybe it's post game. Maybe you do a little side quest and you find that and you catch it as a legendary, and it's like Tapu something, Tapu something, whatever they want to make the name. Um,
Yeah.
and it's dark type. That would be cool. But um, obviously, eventually, I mean, obviously, these guys have forms already. I can't really ask for more forms, but I would love to see more forms of Lunala and
Mm.
Solgaleo.
Yeah,
Um,
it'd be sick. I don't think any of the Ultra Beasts are gonna see anything
no.
ever again.
Sadly, no. I don't think
It's
so
it's
either.
it is really sad.
Maybe they give
But
us new Ultra Beast eventually, like especially if they did a remake for Gen 7. Maybe they would give us
mhm,
one or two new Ultra Beasts. But
that'd be interesting.
is
I'd
Blacephalon
like
not
that.
here?
It is. It's
Oh, it's at the
it's
bottom.
like
Okay.
down lower. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Stakataka and Blacephalon like got separated.
Yeah, I don't see these
Or
guys
and
getting
same with
anything.
Poiple, like.
Yeah.
But so but I have such a soft spot for Magearna. Like I would love for Magearna to
Yeah.
see something, but
I
I know it's very highly
My
unlikely.
problem is there's so many mythicals and legendaries for Gen 7, but none of them seen the light of day. Like, give us a Magearna event in a game,
Hmm.
which would be okay to be Kalos. I think this thing fits in well with Kalos. Give us an event in Kalos. Give us a Marshadow event in some other game. Give us a Zeraora event. Give us a better Melmetal event.
Well, but they
Um,
already gave us a Zeraora event.
I mean yeah, but I mean like in the
Uh,
game how they used to be. There used to
yeah,
be in the game like you could go to the place catch a Jirachi, go to the place catch Victini, go to the place catch a Deoxys,
that's
Corselia,
true.
Darkrai, stuff like that, and that they just don't do that anymore. It's just a mystery gift, and there's no fun in that.
There's no
Um,
fun.
and like I mean, just do something with it, do something with it. And if they wanted to give us a new Ultra Beast, do that too. But yeah,
Do that.
I think that's all we got for Gen 7. I mean, it's not a very big generation.
It's not.
Um,
I think that's all we got as well.
I think we went pretty in depth for how small the generation is, but yeah. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Let us know what Gen 7 Pokemon you guys want to see get a Mega, potentially in Pokemon Legends EA. And thank you guys so much for watching. Did you enjoy, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.